Hi, my name is Sara. I had some family issues earlier this week, so I couldn't present my project, so this is my video. Yeah, I don't have the best camera, I'm sorry, but I'll do the best I can. This is my infant observation for Luke. I already handed you my notes, so I can't really read off of those, but I put little pictures in there, I don't know if you can see them. His verbal language development was decent. He lacked the ability to form words. He mostly spoke in sounds. He honestly, he didn't talk that well. He doesn't. I work in a child care facility, so I work with him daily, so that's where I was able to observe him. However, he has created distinct sounds for things. He's able to, it's almost like grunts or noises, he's able to identify things through those. And he does respond very, very positively to familiar faces and familiar experiences, like activities we do. If it's familiar, he's comfortable with it and he does great. And he's very, as far as what you're saying to him, he's very understanding. He may not be able to repeat it to you, but he gets it. I mean, of course, not as if I was talking to you, but on a adult to child level, he gets it. His problem solving development right here, it's not so great. He has a very, very short temper. It's kind of, if a problem arises, that's just his first reaction, is to get mad about it. I put my points in here. I'm trying to explain them in the best manner. I mean, as far as his temper, he physically acts out when he's aggravated. That kind of goes into that. He, behavior-wise, he lacks understanding on that. I mean, he can communicate with you, but he doesn't understand why he should act certain ways. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why he should be nice, why he should, use his utensils, why he should not smack people. He just doesn't get it. It's almost like he just hasn't, like that's a new idea to him. However, he can, when it comes to things like, we have a rule in our school, if you take it off, you can try and put it back on. And, we usually only do that for like 30 seconds. And he has a habit of taking off his shoes. Now, problems like that, he's very good at dressing himself. He can put his shoes back on. He can do, small things like that. He can do, but there is a lack of patience with it. That's also listed as my number 5. His patience is very slim. He doesn't have a lot of it. His social emotional development. He's very, very shy. He doesn't have, I guess I should hold this up. He doesn't have a lot of an outgoing personality, I guess I could say. I kind of get the feeling he's just not used to a lot of new faces. He doesn't understand, feel comfortable with new situations. It kind of ties into that. He is very mentally young for his age that he is. Like I said, he can't form words very well, and I don't know if you can even read it from this far away. I'm going to email, you probably won't want them, but I'm going to email pictures of the pages as well. But he's 25 months, so 2 years and a month, and he can't talk very well at all. But on that same note, it's stimulating activity. He can't do it if it's just playing with cars, playing with Legos, of course, he's awesome with it. But when it's stuff like coloring, or we have a lot of sensory centers we do. I don't think he's been taught a whole lot. You know, I can't say that for certainty, but by the way he's acting, I don't think he's been taught. He's very hyper. He doesn't have a very long attention span at all. His fine motor and writing development. He's very playful. He's always smiling, always finding a positive. And with that comes his funny personality. He's very fun. He's a very funny kid. He is very good as far as tones of voices go. He can understand it really well. You know, if you kind of have that aggravated tone of voice, which we try not to use, he gets it. You know, he knows that you're serious. Or even, you know, I say aggravated, but even that serious tone of voice, he gets it. He knows what you mean, even if you don't say a whole lot. We do play music in the classroom, and he's also I read that in our book. You know, we've always done that off and on, but I've started doing that more since I read it in our book, that's actually stimulating for the kids to listen to music. You know, it's good for their development. So I've started doing that more, and he's really understanding as far as tones of music go, you know. Even when it's just moving to the music, he gets it. He gets the tones that are set. He's very strong with his facial expressions as far as they go. His personality just shines through his facial expressions. And he's, the only thing with fine motor that I really see that he's lacking on a day-to-day basis is silverware, utensils, crayons, things like that. He just can't use them very much. He doesn't know how to hold them. When he first started about a month ago, he just didn't. It was almost like it was a new thing to him. His gross motor development. I don't even know if you can see these when I'm holding these up, but like I said, I'm sending pictures. He has moderate hand-eye coordination, you know. It's average. But as far as mobility, it's excellent. It's excellent. There's no problems moving around. His coordination when we're doing activities, you know, recess, when we're doing activities with the class, when he's jumping, we have PE class during the summer that even the little kids do. It's excellent. He has no problems with it. What can this child do, and what special skills does he have? He's created a version of communication he can understand. He's very energetic. Oh, hold it up. He's very energetic and can easily respond to voices and can generally read someone's mood by their aura and act accordingly. He's a very strong sense of independence. His intellect, if stimulated, could grow into great intelligence. And I only put that in there because he's one of those kids you can tell that there's more than what he's showing. You know, there's a lot more. And I think if we work with him, there's no telling what he could accomplish. He's very aware of his surroundings, but I don't think it's encouraged because he has trouble holding his attention and reaching his full potential. And again, I can't say that for sure, but by where he's at, that's just the vibe I get. What are Luke's next steps in development? Luke needs to master his communication. You know, that's just a typical development thing. We're working with him. He just needs to get better as far as speaking and explaining things. I think he has a lack of communication at home because his motor skills are similar to that of a 1-year-old. And that I do think, you know, you can kind of tell by meeting the parents how they are sometimes. And I think there's just a lacking there. He does not know how to begin to pronounce words. There's a huge lack of patience, which needs to be improved upon before he enters school. He also needs more practice with his hand-eye coordination, which all of that we work on a day-to-day basis. And that's where communicating with the parents comes in, because that'll help him at home. What is he not doing? He's not able to hold utensils in his hands properly. He can't form any words, which is hurting his communication skills significantly. He has not accumulated any patience, nor does he seem able to understand reasoning of any sort. He's very quick to react, which can sometimes be a negative impact on children socially, which is very true. What can I do as an educator? As an educator, I can create activities and games that he's interested in order to hold his interest better. We can ease our way into other activities once he gets used to holding his attention better. Hand-eye coordination can be improved by fun projects such as finger painting, puzzles, Play-Doh, and sensory centers, which, like I said, we all do in the center. Over-encouragement is a big part of teaching, as the higher confidence a child has, the better they can think and improve. And that's very important to me, because even if you're over-exaggerating on how good they did on something, it's better for them, because developmentally they think that they are better, so they're going to try and perform better for you. Communicating with his parents is essential, because the same practices we use at school, if possible, should be used at home. And that's, like I said, the parents definitely are a huge tool, and they need to be involved in what we're trying to do at school. If toys and activities are kept at eye level and explained before attempted, he can learn slowly how to behave and act. Patience is something he can learn in all these activities. If it is observed enough, he will see it as only beneficial to act this way. Learned behavior has a huge impact on a child, so there's always a need to be mindful of how we speak and set a tone for our school environment. And that is the end of it. I'm trying to wrap it up. I know I spent a couple minutes just talking, but yeah. It's a big part of learning, and as long as we demonstrate it in school, he'll get better. He'll get a lot better. But that is my infant observation for Luke, one of my students, and my pictures will be sent in with the email.